How you doing, guys? My name is Joe Campbell. I'm here today from Allianz Pet Insurance to give a quick talk about the benefits of an Allianz pet insurance policy. Allianz offer 7 main benefits to their policy as outlined here, and I'll take you through them a bit more, but I suppose really the whole point of pet health insurance is to provide pet owners access to the best treatment they need without the cost restrictions. So that really leads us to the very first one here, veterinary fees cover. Veterinary fees cover is offered by our policy at €4,000 a year for vet fees against illness or injury. It doesn't cover the routine stuff like vaccinations, wormers, neutering, spay. Okay, it covers other things like referral work if the treatment isn't available at your local veterinary practice and you need to be referred on to a centre of excellence. By all means, you can with our policy. Some things to remember that aren't covered under our policy is anything to do with pregnancy or pregnancy-related illnesses. Specific or medicated diet foods that your vet may prescribe if your pet is obese, has diabetes or other things like that, and it doesn't cover the cost of putting your pet to sleep should unfortunately that aspect come. Another important benefit of our policy, and especially for dog owners to remember, is that with our policy you cover for third-party liability up to €250,000 a year should your pet cause an injury or an accident to somebody else or damage somebody else's property, such as going to next door's house, shoot their couch, scratch your car, anything like that at all. With that benefit in our policy, you're covered up to €250,000 a year. You pay the first €350 of the bill in that case. Another one to remember, and it's not in case you just go on holidays. If you happen to fall ill or if you're unable to look after your pet and you have to go into hospital for 4 days or more, you can look to put your pet into a boarding facility and Allianz will happily step in and cover the cost of that bill. Death from illness or injury. It's one of the morbid benefits of the policy that people don't really want to think about, but in the event that your pet should die from an illness or an injury, or if it happens to be stolen or stray, with our policy you can look to claim back the value of your pet up to a maximum of €1,000. There are some small criteria for that, but if it does happen, feel free to contact our office and we'll happily take you through the process. Advertising and reward is one of those unusual benefits that when people see it they don't really know what it's about. If your pet is stolen or if it does stray from your property and you want to advertise or offer reward, there is cover there up to €500. You can put up posters in your local neighbourhood, go to your local paper if you have to. That type of stuff is covered under our policy. The most unusual benefit, and the one that people do definitely get confused by, is holiday cancellation. If within 7 days of you going on holidays, something happens to your pet and you have to cut your holiday short, you can look from ourselves to reimburse up to €1,000 towards the cost of your holiday. That means that if your pet goes missing, if it falls ill and your vet recommends that it needs life-saving treatment and you have to cut the holiday short, you can look for reimbursement from ourselves. With our policy, we cover dogs and cats only, but we break them down when it happens into pedigrees, select breed dogs, crossbreeds and uninsurable breeds. Quickly what I'll take you through here is a list of the select breeds because most people won't actually know what they are, and just to highlight what the common uninsurable breeds are. So the select breeds are generally what would be classed as the giant breeds up here. They're your standard large breed dogs. They're your Irish Wolfhound, your St. Bernard, your Bulldog, your Mastiff breeds. These dogs, with ourselves, incur a slightly higher premium because simply when they arrive to your veterinary practice they generally cost that little bit more to treat. The uninsurable breeds, there's only about 7 of them and there's only about 3 of them that you may actually come in contact with. The most common one is here highlighted in black. It's the American Pit Bull Terrier. Unfortunately, we don't offer cover for this breed due to the temperament of the dog. The other common one that people may come across is actually a racing greyhound. We won't cover a racing greyhound because generally in that situation those dogs are of high value and are purely for an occupation purposes. They're not a pet. But if you do happen to own a retired greyhound or a pet greyhound, by all means feel free to contact Allianz. The other breeds are up there are just for your own records. And while you're on the website here, if you do want to get a quote for insurance, by all means feel free to go to www.allianz.ie and you can get a quote.